Welcome to the Aboriginal channel. This episode will be a follow-up to a previous video where I was talking about the sunken island of Atlantis and the Atlantic continent.
In my previous video, I connected the dots on several truly remarkable similarities between Plato's description of the lost city of Atlantis to that of the mysterious Recot structure, also known as the Eye of the Sahara, which is located in a remote region of the Western Sahara Desert in Mauritania. And in this video, which is essentially part 2, I'm going to share many other specific details that Plato had shared about Atlantis, its empire, that you will not only find fascinating.
Now they call this the Recot structure. A lot of the things in the video, they're trying to throw you off the location of Atlantis, but in doing so, they revealed some key structures over there in West Africa, which is the overflowings of the Atlantic continent, and those same structures can be seen here in the United States. There's a similar structure down in Louisiana called Poverty Point, and it's could be over 14,000 years old, but it very closely resembles that structure in Africa that they're claiming is Atlantis, or resembles the description Plato gave of Atlantis. This is how it looks up close, but as you can see right there, there's like a pyramid platform mound right here at the head of it, and then other mounds on the outside surrounding it. Then we can go over to the state of Ohio to what is called the Circle Works. So I typed in Ohio Circle Works, and this is an up close picture of it right here. And this is something that the American Indians built. Other places in North America that circular symbol can be located is on wall art, like this one right here in Arizona. So this is ancient wall art or rock art from Arizona. You got animal figures around, and then you have that circular symbol. This is rock art from Tennessee. And as you can see, you see that circular structure right here on the wall. Here's ancient wall art from Utah with a bunch of animals on it, but more specifically, that same round structure, that circular symbol. This is another ancient wall art from the Hohokam Indians in Arizona. You can see the round symbol right here on the wall. Here's another circular structure in Louisiana, supposed to be 5,400 years old, called the Watson Break. Now I'll go back to that video and show a little bit of the part 1, but it will lie. It's all to throw us off. However, it does reveal some stuff because we have other correlating information.
Not only did the lost city of Atlantis actually exist, but its true location has been hiding in plain sight for thousands of years, completely unnoticed, as we've been looking in all the wrong places for its location, since under the ocean somewhere, such as in the depths of the Atlantic Ocean or the Mediterranean.
So it's trying to tell you that Atlantis is on the continent of Africa, but really it's ancient structure there that is the exact description of what Plato said Atlantis looked like.
Sea, which have long been considered to be the most likely places for its existence. And no, I am not about to suggest that Antarctica is the hidden location of Atlantis either. Because in this video, I'm going to use the exact words that Plato used to describe Atlantis, its location, and the geographical land features that surround it, which were recorded in Plato's dialogues, the Critias and the Timaeus.
Now right here it says, there were alternate zones of sea and land, larger and smaller, encircling one another. There were 2 of land and 3 of water, which were turned as if with a lathe, each having its circumference equidistant every way from the center. So this one in Ohio, it looks like 2 of land and basically 3 of water. 1, 2, and then the center. So on here it says there were 2 of land and 3 of water.
Of Atlantis, which I'm about to share with you in a side-by-side comparison, will show you that the Recart structure located in Mauritania, Africa, also commonly referred to as the Eye of the Sahara or the Eye of Africa, which most people have never even heard of, by the way, is the most likely location for the lost city of Atlantis, as it matches so many precise details of what Plato wrote. But it must first be mentioned that according to mainstream academics and historians, the legend of Atlantis is simply fictional and has been commonly referred to as a myth or even pseudo-history, which can...
Now they saying that because it's a throw off, but it also correlates the indigenous peoples of the overflowings of the island of Atlantis. So here I found in an article from Brigham Young University Provo, Utah, titled A Nation Now Extinct, American Indian Origin Theories as of 1820 by Samuel L. Mitchell, Martin Harris, and the New York Theory. In this article, I see interesting things, and one is right here. It says, one of the most popular early theories of the origins of the Indians proposed the migration of the peoples to the west via the ancient lost continent of Atlantis. So they're saying right here that an early theory was that the Indians came west from the lost continent of Atlantis. Then up here it says the question of origins, right here in this bigger lettering, the question of origins proved so puzzling that some began to propose a pre-Adamite or polygenism theory, that is, that the New World Indian originated from a separate creation of God altogether, different from the biblical account of the Garden of Eden. It has the so-called map of where Atlantis would be. However, you look right here, America is on this side and Africa and so-called Europe is on that side, and it's kind of upside down. So it's a little weird. It says a century later, Bernard Romans, a British cartographer who traveled extensively among the Seminole tribes in Florida, wrote that God created an original man and woman in this part of the globe of different species from any in the other parts. Says Benjamin Smith Barton, who argued that certainly the animals of the New World were of a separate creation than those of the Old, that it was highly probable that there was a separate creation in the Old and in the New World, and that the Old World languages descended from those in the New World. It says, with the rise of competing economic and nationalistic interests in the New World after the early 1600s, particularly from England, Holland, and France, Spanish scholarly dominance gave place to other European interpreters of the Americas. Now, if you understood that, I'll break that down, but basically it says that since they were going to change the face of America, then the interpretations of it had to fit that narrative. Through the history books, which has all been a lie. So therefore, if it's a lie, then what's the truth? If it's a lie, then what's